How is everyone doing today? It is August 15th of 2021 and ready to do I believe our fourth pepper video of the year. We've been slower on getting our pepper testing videos up because we're trying to get some of them ripe and some of them still in their green stage or under stage so that we can try them at the same time. A unique thing about peppers is they can be eaten at any stage. If you eat a green tomato or too many green tomatoes, you can give yourself kind of a stomach ache and make yourself feel sick. But peppers you can eat when they're green or at any stage of growth, and they won't really harm you. The flavor might be a little bit better on a ripened one. For example, though, this one right here I wanted to point out isn't one you will see seeds for or anything else anywhere else. It's a unique cross that we have in our yard. A lot of the reasons that we like to grow peppers and tomatoes is because there's so many unique varieties, and also we get to see some of the other types. So when we grow, some of the crosses that we grow are known crosses. They're ones that have crossed in other yards or in our yard, and we're trying to regrow and establish, maybe not really establish a variety of pepper, just to see something unique that we wouldn't find seeds for or see anywhere else. And we grow so many different unique varieties. It's kind of cool too, seeing the two that mix together. About 4 seasons ago, I believe it was, we got these seeds from a friend, the Midwest gardener, and they were originally Oda seeds. And mixed in with the Oda seeds was another cross that was a cross between a Oda pepper and something else hot, possibly a jalapeno, black Hungarian I think he grew that year. There's a possibility of poblano, I believe, but it was an Oda cross with something else hot. And we got some of those seeds. Some of the seeds that we had were also true to type Odas, so those are how we established the Odas originally in our yard, which is a kind of purple sweet pepper. Let me show an Oda real quick. These are Odas right in here. So it's a cross between one of these and something else. When we first saw the cross, it came out in 2 distinct shapes. One of them was shaped like a tongue and got like a really deep color, and one of them was shaped like a wedge. Those are the original 2 shapes that we had, and we called the wedge shaped one the fire stuffer or the thunder stuffer because it had a really lingering heat with it, and we called the other one the fire tongue because it looked like a flaming tongue or something you might see from a Kiss album. But these ones right here were grown from the ones that were tongue shaped. We're not going to save seeds on these. They make pretty decent filler for when we're making pickles and things like that. They're not too bad. These ones are going to be probably hot. It seems like the darker the color on them, the hotter they are. But these ones don't have any real identifying shape. I guess this one right here has a pretty cool wedge shape. I'll leave this one on here to ripen up a little bit more, and this back one right here has a pretty cool shape to it too. So I'll leave those 2 on there for seed pods, but I'm really just going to clip the rest of them off because none of them are going to be saved for seeds. This year we grew from the the thunder stuffer and the fire tongue. We grew from both varieties. The stuffer ones ended up in other people's yards at our local farm market, neighbors, friends and family. We haven't seen any of these come back yet. And I think only a couple of the ones that were tongue shaped, but as you can see there can be so much variation in the first few. This would be technically the F3, so this would be the 3rd grow out of a particular shape, and it's already varied enough that it looks nothing like the tongue shape. The color actually isn't really a great purple color either. Even when it's starting to come in, it looks more like a matte purple than it does like a brilliant purple like the Oda pepper normally has. So I think that the more we see the lighter color, the less heat there will be, but these ones are all more like a chocolate color, I would say. But this is the Midwest cross from one of the variations on it. We'll take it in, we'll just give it a quick little try. We're just trying to warm up on our pepper videos because we have a lot more ripening and coming up. We'll catch you guys in just a second. Love you guys. Alright, maybe we should start using a different color of plate because it seems like the camera doesn't really pick it up like it is. But it's a really deep purple color. This isn't seeds you'll find anywhere else. We just more want to show everybody, look for unique out in those yards and stuff. We really get compelled by that. We love seeing your gardens, especially if you grow several different unique things, or even something that's good for your area. This is just for fun. We won't be saving seeds on these ones. It's kind of a miss, but it's not really a miss. We'll still utilize these peppers. They're still super unique. The experience of growing them and giving this particular branching of this cross a try was really cool. We still have more of the tongue shape that we'll try next year, and the stuffer shape that we'll be trying next year as well. But it's more of just one of the only unique. I've seen dozens of different ahi peppers. I've seen dozens of different unique peppers. It seems like when I look at stuff online, I kind of see the same stuff over and over again. Where something like this is something that I'll only see probably this year. So these are still usable peppers. They're really hot. They can be really hot. They have what is called a thunder heat, which to us is more of the lingering heat that would come from a jalapeno or a Hungarian pepper, for example. The Reza Macedonia, for example. This one, yeah, I'm really nervous about this one. So I'm going to do like every real man does and in dangerous situations and hide behind my wife. So Angel's going to give these a try for us real quick. Angel is the person that can tolerate heat a lot better. I've seen her take a hot pepper out of the yard and just eat it.
It's not too bad. It reminds me.
It's got cool walls, huh?
It reminds me of a jalapeno. So it makes me think that it was crossed with like a black Hungarian or a jalapeno. It's spicy.
It's got some real heat on it.
Eating the end of the pepper, you generally won't get the majority of the heat, just so you know. That's why we eat the ends, just so that we can kind of get a feel for how hot it's going to be.
Look at the ribs in it though, it's got like a placenta clear down at the bottom. That's usually where the heat's absorbed, so that tip of that might be really hot.
So, that's what it looks like on the inside. It was spicy, the end there. So I know it's gonna be hot up here. So I'm not gonna eat up here. I'll take another piece.
So this is one we call the Midwest cross. It's a cross between an Oda and something else hot. We had two variations when we first grew it. That was one that we called the Thunder Stuffer, that was a hot wedge shaped, and one we called the Fire Tongue, which was a hot tongue shaped pepper that looked like a flaming tongue. We grew from those seeds and saved from the ones that looked most like a tongue and most like a stuffer, and then last year we didn't grow from them again, which would have made them the F4 this year. Last year they're the F3 this year, because last year we ended up going with the original seeds that were partially Oda and partially original cross to see if we saw any more shapes come out of it. But we used those seeds up and didn't see any more shapes. So this is a cross between an Oda and something else. We're not saving seeds. There are a couple pods that could make it in at the very end though with seed saves if something surprises us.
Yeah.
But we like chipping these, or
these are very spicy.
Cutting these into pickled peppers. An idea I had for these is you could cut the tops off and stuff them with cream cheese, fresh like that, and then drop them into pots of spicy chili so that the cream cheese was kind of centered throughout the pepper right in that area. Or
you can even make them as like you would jalapeno poppers. It doesn't have a lot of distinct flavor, so it doesn't have a jalapeno flavor. It doesn't really have a sweet flavor. It's just, it wasn't terrible and it wasn't bitter, but the heat kicks in really fast, so you don't get a lot of flavor before the heat kicks in. So Spicy. I pickled these last year. They were really, really yummy.
Yeah, some of the favorite pickled peppers we have done have came from jars that are almost entirely these. The tongue and wedge shape that we had last year, or not last year before. But this is UT Angel and Kiddo. It is August 15th of 2021. I'll take you out and show you this plant one last time. Love you guys. Catch you in a second. Alright, so this is the Midwest Cross in 2021, a kind of wonky grow. That one's really, really wedge shaped. That's one I'll kind of leave on there for seeds or to kind of see if it really has anything surprising when it's ripe. This one's got a rounder wedge shape, which might make it a little bit better for a fiery stuffer type. Both of them came out strange colors. The Oda is a really productive plant. Whatever it was with is probably, seems like a really productive plant as well. So the cross, the plants, I would probably do them 1 per 5-gallon bucket if I were to do them, especially if it was the stuffer shaped ones. With the tongue shaped ones, we ended up doing 2 in this 1 5-gallon bucket, which is what we did with almost all of our peppers. And as I show you some of the other peppers that are still coming up, we should have only done 1 plant in the 5 gallons, because the wider the pepper, it seems like the wider the root system that's needed, or the bigger the pepper, the bigger the root system that can form with it. So like you would see the shape of the pepper. A lot of what happens is the long peppers in the long buckets tend to do better holding hands or together, grown together. And this one right here probably would have done a lot more productive. But I think we pulled off 4 for the look at inside, and there's the 2 more that are right here. That's 6. I think we've pulled another 5 or 6 previous to this already, and either given them away or diced them up into something. But so about 10-15 peppers on these 2 kind of stunted plants. Maybe that'll show you a little bit. The plant's only about 1.5 feet tall, and it's starting to get taller too. Sometimes if you don't get those peppers off, the plant won't try to produce more plant. It'll just try to stress out a little bit and produces more peppers, but you can force fire it a little bit too much and lose a lot of growth if you overtop or over trim, things like that. But this is UT Angel and Kiddo. This is the Midwest Cross, a really unique style of pepper that we were super excited to try in our yard this year. And most likely no seeds from this one, but we got seeds from the other ones as well still, so we will be giving this one a try. It's a pepper that kind of had a place in our hearts a few years back, and we just really like bringing it back around every time so that we can check out the unique cross. We also, a known cross that we grew in our yard this year was the 2020 cross, or the carrot cross, that we had done a video on already. There is one that's called the Mary Curry cross, and it's a cross between a poblano and a pimento. We have one of those that's really was on the back end of all the ones being laid out, so that's a 3rd cross that we had planned in our yard this year. And then we have one called Fortune Sticks that's coming up. That's wasn't one that we had planned, but it's showed up in the yard for the 2nd year in a row somehow. So we love you guys. This is the Midwest X pepper, and we'll catch you next time. Some super hot fire. The sugars and honey will help remove the heat. Milk will help dumb it down. Orange juice will help remove the heat too. We have all 3 ready though. And this isn't even a super hot. What would you say the Scoville is on it? About a jalapeno?
It reminds me of a jalapeno, yeah.
So probably about 10,000, 5 to 10,000. Yeah. But that thunder heat that lingers, huh?
Yeah.
So, we love you guys. We'll catch you next time. Thanks for watching.